Man, these black Democrats are coming against the ADOS movement hard. It's because they're panicking. The Democrats are panicking because they're losing their grip over the black vote and black people. You know what I'm saying? I came across an interesting article in The Intercept. The article, the title of the article is "Black Critics of Kamala Harris and Cory Booker Push Back Against Claims That They're Russian Bots." Okay? I just want to shout out all of my new subscribers. I appreciate that. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that you're notified of all of my videos. Make sure you like, make sure you share, and make sure you comment. I appreciate all the love.
We all appreciate it. We in for the movement. This is my boy. I want y'all to hear this. White people, black people, the people that's overseas, listen. Okay. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for y'all subscriptions. Hit the bell. Make sure you get it. They take my videos down. Yesterday they took my video down after 40 minutes. Check him out.
Have been openly critical of 2020 presidential candidates Kamala Harris and Cory Booker over the past weeks. And I know you guys saw those fucking disastrous interviews on The Breakfast Club. And Kamala Harris went on The Breakfast Club and fucking said, you know, basically the reason why black people should vote for her is because she smokes weed and because she went to a HBCU. That's it. No policy prescriptions, no specific jobs bill for the black community.
See, we waking up. We care now. We're listening.
Agenda on how she's going to help you.
Trying to pander to black people is not working anymore.
Do anything for you. You know what I'm saying? If you haven't saw that interview, go watch that fucking disastrous interview. And then Cory Booker, you know, when he was asked about a black agenda, this motherfucker gonna say that the black agenda needs to be America's agenda. No, fuck that. No, when you talk to the LGBT community, you don't say your agenda needs to be America's agenda. When you talk to immigrants, you don't say, hey, immigrants, your agenda needs to be America's agenda. No, you talk specifically to their issues. And we're not going back to that shit no more. The black agenda needs to be the black agenda. It doesn't need to be black and brown agenda or America's agenda. No. What are you going to do to fix the problems in our community specifically? That's what we want to hear. If you're not going to talk about a fucking black agenda, Cory and Kamala, you're not getting our fucking vote. But I digress. Some prominent black commentators are now speculating that these critics are Russian bots. Do you see how fucking insulting that is? Basically what they're saying is, black community, is that you're not smart enough to challenge the Democratic establishment. That if you're not parroting the views of these black gatekeeper fucking Democrats that they keep parroting in front of you, that you're a Russian bot. Because of course black people can't think politically for themselves. They can't express their own authentic political views, that we can't have organic views and organic movements anymore. It has to be given to us. So what they're saying is that the Russians are actually behind the hashtag ADOS. That it's not out of the intelligence of black people actually building a political establishment of their own, because we're not smart enough to do that. It's the Russians. You see how fucking insulting that is? It's crazy. Angela Rye, with her dumbass, a CNN political commentator and board member of the Congressional Black Caucus PAC, has said she believes that some ADOS arguments are not organic, but were paid for by Russia. This bitch actually said that she doesn't think that the ADOS, the American descendants of slaves, was actually formulated by and originated by black Americans. That she believes that it was created and originated by Russia, a foreign power. Yeah, this is the same Angela Rye that went on the Breakfast Club and said that black people are immigrants. So we should sympathize with illegal immigrants because we're immigrants too. Keep that in mind. Okay? She added that she's not saying everyone who uses the hashtag is a Russian bot, but she does believe it originated from Russian bots. She's a fucking tool, y'all. I knew it all along. Rai went on to argue that the same is true of critiques relating to some of the stuff around the crime bill, circa 2016, presumably referring to critics of Hillary Clinton who questioned her support of the bill, now widely understood to have caused overwhelming harm to black Americans. No, it's not Russian bots, Angela. No, it's black Americans that are sick and tired of being overlooked, sick and tired of being lumped in with illegal immigrants, sick and tired of our interests and our well-being being overlooked, for us being used for our vote and not having our interests and our issues dealt with. We're fucking sick of it. It's not Russian bots. It's not Russia. It's not anybody from a foreign power. It is black America finally waking up to the fucking game that the Democrats are playing on us. Obama had over 90% of the black vote. What the hell did he do for black America? He ain't do shit. This is the fucking Great Awakening, Angela. And for you to say that this movement is formulated by Russian bots shows us that you're a fucking tool of the Democrats. Okay. Furthermore, on a segment of Joy Reid. Now let me say something about Joy Reid. Joy Reid is a child of immigrants. She's not an American descendant of slaves. She is a child of immigrants, just like Kamala Harris is. Kamala Harris is a child of immigrants, of foreigners. Okay, so they don't know and truly understand the full spectrum of the black experience, because they benefited from our labor. They benefited from our ancestors. They benefited from so many things that our ancestors have built in this country, have sacrificed and bled for. The gains that we have achieved in this country, these foreigners are coming over here taking advantage of it. And then they shitting on the movement, like Joy Reid, like Kamala Harris and shit like that can come over here and benefit from the rights of black Americans without understanding our fucking experience. That's why we're fucking angry, Angela. On a segment of Joy Reid's MSNBC show titled How to Spot a Bot, Shireen Mitchell, founder of Stop Online Violence Against Women, argued that the ADOS hashtag is a way to identify foreign influence. A lot of the ones that are pretending to be black people, black women in particular, who are focusing on black identity, have these sort of aspects in the ways that they are talking about language, she said. She went on to say that bots are posing as black Americans using the vernacular or the language of someone that believes that they are part of our community to claim authority to represent black Americans. This has become a challenge, particularly for the Democratic candidates, because obviously in 2016, all this activity was directed to help Donald Trump or to hurt Hillary Clinton to do both. Reid said, so I'm wondering if this time the party is going to be more prepared. Reid appeared to co-sign Mitchell's claim, saying, I did see a huge uptick of bot activity, when Kamala Harris announced, focusing on critics who argue that Harris is not really black. No, what it is Joy Reid, is that Hillary Clinton was a fucking terrible candidate. Hillary Clinton called black people super predators. And shortly after that, the crime bill under her husband came into effect, which created mass incarceration. This has nothing to do with Russia. It has nothing to do with foreign powers. As I stated earlier, this is black people waking up to the fucking foolery and buffoonery and the games that the fucking Democrats are playing on our community. And we're fucking sick of it. For years, identifying as black American, descendant of slaves, or ADOS has been a way for Black Americans to advocate for specific needs and interests of those brought to the United States via the transatlantic slave trade hundreds of years ago, as distinct from the interest of more recent African and American and Caribbean immigrants. So basically, the ADOS movement is Native Black Americans that were brought over to America through the transatlantic slave trade. Okay? So those Black Americans that went through slavery, Jim Crow, segregation, all of those terrible things, fought their way out of those terrible, terrible impediments and contributed to society through Malcolm X, Dr. King, some of the civil rights leaders, the civil rights movement, the Civil Rights Act, all of those things that made it possible for immigrants to come over to the country, for African immigrants, Caribbean immigrants, Hispanic immigrants, all of those things, all those people came, we made it possible for all of those people to come over here. We built the fucking country off of slave labor, but we're being fucking forgotten. The Mexicans, they're coming over, sneaking over the border, taking advantage of fucking rights and that citizens should be entitled to through sanctuary cities and all of those other things. They're getting civil rights. Illegal immigrants are getting civil rights that are due for blacks. Because black people went through things that nobody else on earth has gone through. You might say the Jews went through the Holocaust, but none of the Jews were taken out of their homeland, displaced, forced into free labor, and disconnected from their culture, and never repaid for it. America owes us. America owes us. The world owes us. Every immigrant that comes over to this fucking country owes us something. We deserve reparations, and we deserve to be a protected class. We shouldn't be lumped in with these fucking illegal immigrants. They should not have the same exact rights as us because they didn't go through what the hell we went through. And that's what ADOS is all about. We're sick of being used. We're sick of being manipulated. We're sick of being lumped in with these fucking illegals. We want what's ours. We built the fucking country. And that's what this is about. All right. Some critics using the ADOS hashtag have focused on Harris's race, pointing to Kamala's Indian and Jamaican heritage as a possible explanation for why, as a prosecutor, she supported policies that disproportionately harmed Black Americans. But the bitch wants the black vote. The bitch advocated for policy that led or that advanced mass incarceration in the fucking school to prison pipeline. The bitch, instead of kids that didn't go to school, instead of giving them counseling and help or anything to help them, she jailed them. So she advocated for the school to prison pipeline, advocated for the prison industrial complex. She advocated for it, but she's black, right? Okay, she may look black, but how black was her policies? How black is her record? How black was her agenda while she was in power, had the power to influence things, but she didn't influence anything. She's in bed with the prison industry. She's in bed with the prison industrial complex. She's helping advance mass incarceration. But she wants your vote. Keep that in mind. Okay. She supported... the ADOS movement does have some nativist elements, but it's also true that much of the community surrounding Harris appears to relate less to her racial background than her public record. Booker, also a target of ADOS criticism, is an American descendant of slavery himself. So Booker is an American descendant of slaves. But here's why they have issues with Cory Booker. As Attorney General, Kamala Harris opposed legislation requiring her office to investigate police shootings. When California was ordered to reduce prison overcrowding, she argued against it. The question is basic. Would you elect Sheriff Clark What the hell is the difference? All right. So basically, they criticize Cory Booker because of his ties to major corporations. Okay, so they fear if he get in there, he's going to look out for the top 1%, the corporations. Okay, so that's what their criticism is of Cory Booker. You know what I'm saying? So now it outlines who actually created the hashtag. The creators of the hashtag, Antonio Moore, an attorney in California, and Yvette Carnell, a political commentator, are neither Russian nor bots and are demanding an apology. So these fucking black Democrats, Angela Rye, and Joy Reid, and all of these tools of the Democrats are trying to discredit the ADOS movement because the fucking movement is being is growing, okay? Is gaining steam, and they're scared because the Democrats are depending on the black vote. Why? Because the black vote always bails the Democrats out. Okay? Black women voted in Doug Collins, or whatever his name, Doug Jones, the dude in fucking Alabama. If without the black vote, he wouldn't have got in office. But you don't hear shit about what he's doing for black people. The Democrats are betting on your vote. They never had to worry about the black vote. They always bet on it. That's why they don't do shit for you, because they know that they're gonna count on your vote. But now the Democrats notice that black people are starting to go their own way, that they're starting to gain their own ideology, and they're getting nervous. Okay?
So that's why I wanted to show you that video. My brother wanted to put that out there, that I'm not the only one trying to wake people up. The Democrats are wicked. The Democrats are evil. This video is a little bit longer, but there's information in here. There's a movement out here that's starting. The ADOS, American Descendants of Slaves. We having a political opinion now. We're waking up. We're not just Negro voters. That's just going to give our vote away. We know our vote is important. Our ancestors' blood and bones and sweat is in this land. This is our land too. So we have a voice, and we know it's important. But if you want to keep voting with identity politics, letting people come in to your country and take over and push you further to the bottom, then by all means, be my guest. But we're not doing that anymore. We're not doing that. Close the borders, lock it up. It's ours. We get it. Our ancestors fought for the rights that we got. Black people fought for those rights, not immigrants, not Mexicans, not all these Africans. They didn't fight. Their ancestors were not here. They came in the 60s or the 70s or something. Their ancestors didn't fight in this country, and our ancestors fought in every single war in this country, and we still fighting in it today. You know what I'm saying? We deserve something. At least, like I said, money is not always the answer, but wipe our debt clean. Give us an opportunity. I'm not talking about an opportunity to file an application and go online and get an interview. That's not an opportunity. I'm talking about an opportunity of ownership. I live in Pittsburgh, where people been passing down businesses since the 1800s to their family. I'm talking about old money. We don't have any of that, and it's not our fault. We're in a system right now. We were brought here to work, and that was it. So now we have a voice. Now we have political opinions, and the Democrats are done.